Wait a minute.
Hey!
Ramble Radio, motherfucker!
It's also video.
Is it?
Think so. I'm looking at you on a video.
On a video screen, but people are hearing us as if it's in the radio. I mean, so there's that kind of. This is number.
That's true.
72,
That's true.
by the way.
Woo!
37, and you think it's just you and I?
Sure. Right. Of course not. Right.
It is. Cody is. Well, he says he's very.
sick.
You think I got shitting issues? This guy's apparently got a stomach virus. So imagine the Ernest Borgnines he's dropping right now.
It's just convenient that happened during the Cowboys-Seahawks game.
And it's convenient it happened during, oh boy, there we go, 7-3 Seahawks. Oh, God. Look at that. I'm about to go shit my pants now. That was way too fucking easy. God damn. Why couldn't they do that shit last week against the 49ers? Fucking hit DK Metcalf, who just fucking cuts through the DB. He's capable of doing it. The Niners aren't that much fucking better. Jesus. Anyway, we're live watching this. And also, this is George Santos Day for Cody.
It is George Santos Day.
So,
happy George Santos Day,
happy
Cody.
George Santos Day, Cody. Jesus fucking Christ. You fucking.
What happened now?
It was just like a fucking over-the-middle DK. I don't know how somehow we had decided to have no safeties on this play. Like, let's just have everybody up the line. And
here you go.
Like 8 feet 1 DK Metcalf just fucking run across the middle so he's wide open. Just Dan
for all the Ramblers out there that are football aficionados, sorry if you're not. Dan Quinn's defense is predicated on that front group getting pressure.
And he also likes to gamble.
He likes to gamble, but that's because he thinks he's going to get there before the DBs are left on an island.
Yeah.
So if the pressure doesn't get there, there's a lot of, like, even in the Thanksgiving game last week, if you look at some of the plays, there was a lot of Washington receivers running wide open. But Sam Howell couldn't hit him because he's under duress. Because the pressure rate for the Cowboys is like 44%, which is insane.
It's great. It's just, but
if they don't get there,
that's the
shit's
problem.
wide open back there.
That's a problem, and that's what just happened. It was too easy. It looked like a fucking practice.
If they don't get there,
blow it up.
You blow it all up now.
Blow it up. You
guys have 3 losses, but blow it up.
I don't want anyone on this team on the roster, coach or player, by next week. Blow it up.
That seems slightly knee-jerk. Knee-jerk. It's a little knee-jerk.
Blow it up. No, I don't. I don't get mad anymore. Like, now they have to not make the playoffs. Because I used to be. Now, let me tell you. I used to. Dude, during the Super Bowl era, if they lost the game, it ruined my week. You probably had those times, right? Back in the day.
Oh, dude, when I was younger, yeah, it would devastate me for the week. But I've literally lived under this cloud of shit for almost 30 years.
Hey, man, the Cowboys have been shitty for so long, and so I don't have that anymore, right? Like, now my blow it all up is like, God, I kept wanting to give Garrett another chance a little bit. You know what I mean? I kept thinking, well, maybe. You know, I was never like, fuck him. Yes, I would be like, fuck him, get rid of him. But then deep down, like, well, maybe. You know, and I think that's probably the Cowboys' biggest problem is that's Jerry Jones's mentality as an owner is just, well, you never know. Hey, maybe these guys could do it one more. Dude, he gave Troy Aikman so many weapons way after it was past due. You know what I mean? It was like,
I mean, Irvin and Aikman were way past their prime, and they was still trying to like hold on for. I mean, but how do you say goodbye to guys that won you 3 Super Bowls?
And then also, I think part of that was him trying to cover for the fact that he completely fucked up not taking Randy Moss. When I look, all the Cowboy hating, I get it. You can't tell me there's not one more Super Bowl win with those guys with Moss his rookie year. Like,
probably in the late 90s, I'm sure they probably squeak one more out there.
They probably squeak one more out if they had Randy Moss. Like, that would have been fucking – and what an unstoppable – that just adds life to Emmett, Aikman, Irvin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just gives them so much more whatever.
They could probably compete with those against those Bronco teams in a Super Bowl.
Fuck yeah, they would have – oh, fuck yeah. Fucking sorry ass. But, yeah, so They wouldn't have let fucking Mr. Ed
Buck
fucking
Buck
beat him.
Teeth win fucking 2
Mr.
Super Bowls.
fucking Mr. Ed, John Elway.
This one's for John. Fucking stupid. Oh, you mean the guy that got your ass kicked in 3 previous Super Bowls? You finally won him one?
This is like you're acting like he's a fucking. Oh God.
Because he was such a diva.
Just maddening. Just goddamn. I had no idea until I saw that documentary. I didn't remember him trying to write his own ticket the way he did during the draft and all that.
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Like I had no clue. He was like, fuck it. But what made no sense was him saying, I don't want to play in the cold weather. So
But he went and played Denver.
And
Right.
I don't want to play in the cold weather.
But the
so
Colts were in a
I'm gonna go
dome.
be a Yankee? I'm going to go be a
But
New
the
York
Colts-
Yankee?
The Colts were in a dome.
That's right. They were in a dome.
So he wasn't really playing in cold weather.
No. It was.
He's just an
very-
entitled piece of shit.
Yes. Jesus fucking Christ, the sack. I'm telling you, blow it up. I'm done.
This one's for John.
This one's for John. Oh man! So look at us. Here we are, Ram, on a Friday. Well, really a Thursday, as you can tell.
Thursday night.
Spoiler: Thursday night. That's why I keep doing this because
I've moved on to hockey. So
You're done.
That's where
done.
I'm at now.
You're
I'm
done
looking
with
forward.
the NFL.
We're in the off season of the NFL right now. As far as
Okay,
I'm
are
concerned.
you going to start caring about the Commanders if they are like, oh, I don't know, neck and neck with the number 1 pick by the last week? Are you going to?
I will be very upset if they win any more games. I will be watching, hoping Sam Howell looks good,
yes,
but not wanting them to win the game.
So, because that means, okay, then, all right, here we go.
There's no point to win any more games.
Holy shit, is this an all football Ramble radio?
Sorry, people.
Sorry.
We'll nerd it up at the end.
We'll nerd it up. We'll talk about the new Mad Max Furiosa trailer, which looks fun. Looks pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Looks pretty fucking good. But what is
If Washington had a coaching staff, I'm like, okay, well, they just got a bad run this year. There's some injuries. Let's not blow this up. They could do, but I know everything is going because there's a new owner.
Right.
The whole regime is changing.
so let's go.
So what's the point of winning 3 more games and getting the 8th overall pick
Okay,
when you
but
can
let me
drop
ask
the
you
last
this.
5 and get
Let
the
me
3rd?
Let me ask you this. Sam Howell,
Yeah.
if he looks good
Yeah.
and you lose every game
Yeah.
and you get that number 1 pick, are you trading down?
I don't think they can get the number 1 pick because the Panthers aren't going to win any more games.
Let's just pretend. Let's bullshit our way through this, and let's
Okay.
say the Panthers go on a weird run, and you all just lose everything.
Okay.
And you have the number 1 pick. Fuck it. You have a top 3 pick. And if Sam Howell looks good, aren't you trading down and just loading
I
up
would
on
only-
offensive linemen?
The only person I would take is if you get Caleb. That's because he's the only one who looks like his physical skill set is above and beyond. It's like above and beyond everybody else's. It's like Patrick Mahomes' skill set. When you saw, you're like, it's above and beyond everybody else's skill set.
So, okay, here's how we're going to put this, okay?
That's the only guy. Everybody else I would trade down.
So right now, this is a what if, Eddie, but to those who don't give a fuck about sports or football, we're going to put it to you this way, okay? You have Ironhide sitting there doing a decent job leading your team.
Sure.
But
Sure.
Orion Pax is going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. Now, do you purposely tank to get Orion Pax?
Well, I don't think the comparison's similar because Ironhide is a steady force that's been steady for you for a while. You know what you're getting with Ironhide.
Ironhide is more the John Riggins of Washington.
Right.
football.
You can lean on Ironhide. You know what you're getting with it. But Sam Howell, there's still a question mark. You still
Is he
don't
hot
know
rod?
about
Is
Sam
he
Howell.
hot rod?
He's a little more hot rod
Is he
than
hot
Ironhide.
rod? Is he okay?
A lot of upside, but you don't know what the floor is.
You don't know, and then like, do you regret like? But what? Let's say you take
Yeah.
Rodimus.
Okay.
Okay. But you have
Formerly
Rodimus,
Hot Rod, now Rodimus Prime.
now Rodimus Prime. You
He's
pass,
fulfilled his potential.
You pass on Orion Pax. Okay.
Yeah.
You trade down, so some other team's getting Optimus, but You trade down, and
Are they getting Rodimus or Optimus? What are you saying?
No. Let's pretend there's multiple matrices here. Let's pretend that the team who took Orion Pax is eventually that's going to be Optimus Prime. Are you going to be pissed because wait, here's the thing though. You have Rodimus Prime now. Optimus is gone, but Rodimus Prime, he's already your guy. And by trading by saying no to Orion Pax and trading down, let's say you add like 6 more Dinobots to that. Are you happy? Can you roll the dice with that?
You can win with Rodimus Prime.
I think
he's not an Optimus Prime. He's not going to be that guy that carries your whole team.
Right.
But if you build a team around him with multiple picks when you've traded down to acquire some extra Dinobots, or I don't know, maybe you find a Jetfire way in the third round. People didn't know. He went to a D2 school and you didn't know.
He had no idea.
He was buried in the rocks and you just didn't know about him. He got dug up.
You can win. You absolutely can win with Rodimus Prime. And the saddest thing about the Dallas Cowboys is Jerry Jones is a guy who would stick with Ultra Magnus like 4 years longer than he needed to.
He would sign Ultra Magnus after he tried to open up the matrix of leadership in the darkest hour. Because that's what he did with Ryan Leaf, right? Ryan Leaf was Ultra Magnus at that point.
How good is now Rodimus better than Flacco?
Oh yeah.
I think you can win multiple with Rodimus Prime. I really.
You got to put a team around him. Again, I don't know if he is. I don't know if he's a Mahomes level talent where it's just like, okay, we can have subpar players at other positions, but Rodimus can take us over I don't think he's a put you over the hump guy. But I don't think you have to. I don't think you...
So you don't think there's a team out there that's just saying we're one Rodimus Prime away?
No. I don't think he's that level. I think Rodimus is a guy that, like, okay, he's not going to lose you any games. I don't know if he's going to, in 2 minutes left in the fourth, need 10 points. I don't know if Rodimus does that.
Rodimus is not the guy that you're like, oh,
I don't think he's that guy.
You don't want Rodimus. You don't want Rodimus with the ball late in the game. You don't think that concern is there.
No.
You don't think that's like you're okay punting to Rodimus Prime with a minute and a half left in the game?
With a 10-point lead or a 7-point lead?
7-point lead. Are you okay punting to him?
You punt to Rodimus.
Are you okay punting to Rodimus with the 7
I'd probably punt to Rodimus.
Rodimus That's the name of this episode. By the way, are you okay punting to Rodimus Prime with a 7-point lead? That's the title.
I'm trying to think of the NFL equivalent of Rodimus Prime. Maybe, perhaps. Dare I say a Kirk Cousins? Is he a Kirk Cousins? Like, if you get a good team around him.
Dude, we can't sit there and say we're going to defend the guy and say he's Kirk Cousins. I mean, we have to remember, he destroyed Unicron.
Okay, all right.
In less than 5 minutes, he beat Galvatron and destroyed Unicron in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, but that's just maybe he just had one of those games. Right? Does he do that consistently? Obviously not, or they wouldn't have brought Optimus back.
Dare I say, could this guy be mentioned twice now in Rambles this soon after the other? Is he the Jake Plummer
I would give Rodimus more of a Russell Wilson.
Russell better than Jake Plummer. Russell will
he can win you a Super Bowl. He can make some plays for you, but if you don't have a team around him,
he's Jake Plummer fully realized. Is that
yes.
That's what you see? That's what you see.
I think that's, but I think that's what Russell Wilson is. I think Russell Wilson is Jake Plummer fully realized.
He is. Russell Wilson is 1,000%. This is what we wanted, what we hoped for from Jake Plummer was
because Seahawks don't go to back-to-back Super Bowls and don't win the Super Bowl without Marshawn Lynch in the backfield and the Legion of Boom.
Oh God, no, not even close.
But. They're not as good as they are without Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was perfect for that team. The way Rodimus, if you build a good team, if you got Ironhide in the backfield, Rodimus under center, and then like the Dinobots playing defense, I think you have a good team. I think you can win.
I just feel whereas Optimus Prime, you have a 14-point lead with 2 minutes left. You're worried about punting to him. Right?
Because he's going to elevate everybody around him. He's going to be literally like Brady was in his last 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. Like, okay, who's on the Patriots you're really afraid of?
No, just the quarterback.
Nobody.
The quarterback.
But Brady elevated everybody around him.
I think that, like...
Optimus is Tom Brady.
Wow. I give you that. I'm gonna
you
say
have
better.
to.
I'm going to say better. I'm going to say more, even better. But I just feel bad because Rodimus fell apart so bad in the cartoon.
I think they put too much on him. He had that great rookie season where he took out Unicron and Galvatron. He had that RG3 like rookie season. And then it was just too much pressure for the second season, and he had the sophomore slump, and then he was gone.
Remember that? I mean, when the spores hit, like, he was just an afterthought. Like, oh, Rodimus went crazy. What are you going to do?
He didn't. It's just. It was too much too fast for Rodimus. Optimus had years to become Optimus Prime.
Years. He had the whole.
Rodimus just had that great rookie season.
Incredible rookie season.
And then too much was thrown on him the second season, and he wasn't prepared because he probably didn't do the studying that he needed to do. He probably didn't do the training. He was doing the commercials.
So you think
he was dating the models. He wasn't in the. He wasn't in the film room where he's supposed to be.
Optimus had his lady on Cybertron. He was like, I got to be away from the wife and kids.
You know what? I would make the argument Optimus's lady was Cybertron. He was married to the job.
No,
Optimus was married to the job.
He had Alita 1 on Cybertron. He's like, look, I'm going to Earth. You stay here. I got shit to take care of.
Right.
You're saying Rodimus was Tony Romo dating Jessica Simpson.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Too much, too fast for that guy. Too much, too fast.
Yeah.
That was the downfall of Rodimus. He didn't have time to cook.
That's true. So you think Rodimus could have needed like a Dirk Nowitzki-esque career? You start, you build. You give him time to get good, and then surround him, and then you're going to have a Hall of Famer. Yeah,
But you can't have like, oh, this guy's got all the skills. Let's just sit back and let him go. It's too much.
I don't think anybody. You're not going to see a podcast that's going to mix football and Transformers like we just did. Like, I mean, just when it comes time to subscribe, when it comes time
to like people like, hey, what podcast do you listen to? You're like, oh, if you love football and Transformers.
You like football and Transformers, the Ramble. And guess what? We're still deadlocked at 139 five-star ratings, but Nico
139?
Yes, if we lost another one. We went from 141 to 139, but the good news is, and not good because I love the guy, but Nico Monkey has been dethroned.
Oh, Nico.
And on Monday, our boy Brian Hill, who is my mortal enemy, my frenemy right now with this Cowboys Seahawks game, he said, he can keep it up. This is my kingdom, and I'm back on the top of the hill from Seahawks fan 87. Eddie, that lasted a day. On Tuesday, Svennington with a 5-star review that just says, savage. Eddie and Jerry are absolute savages. Love this podcast, but one question. Is Cody even real? Yes, you saw a minute ago.
Just go back a couple episodes. He's fine.
He's there. He's there. Wait, is that oh God, that's so fun. Okay, so I just looked over.
Yeah.
Because it's 10-7 Dallas.
Sure.
Seattle is driving 3rd and 5, and they just showed the Seattle offensive coordinator, and I swear to God, he looked just like Josh McDaniels. I'm like, did this motherfucker already get a job? But he did not. It was some guy named Shane Waldron, so it was not Josh McDaniels. So anyway, what a great
Brian.
podcast.
Now I don't have the Ramble record books in front of me, but is Brian Hill the all-time champion? Like with number of title reigns?
I don't see who's gotten. I mean, it's.
We're getting into John Cena, Ric Flair territory with Brian Hill. I believe
it's insane. He might have already surpassed them. It's pretty.
We need to find someone. We need a Ramble historian to go back and find out these numbers.
If we had, and then Owen Edmonds, Gemma, anybody from across the aisle, if you could tell us across the pond
who the European champion
is, maybe that person has been on the longest streak ever.
Yeah,
Maybe
we don't
the
know.
Europeans. I love seeing Pete Carroll angry. God, what a douchebag. Oh, my God. I love seeing Pete Carroll annoyed and angry.
He must put in 30,000 steps per game.
He has to. He's just constantly.
Which is the exact opposite of Mike McCarthy, who actually gains weight during games.
He gets fatter during games.
he's literally getting larger as the game goes.
Mike McCarthy looks like he's in the middle of that, like he's taking on Joey Chestnut.
He looks like a garbage pail kid, Mike McCarthy.
Would you be surprised if during a Cowboy game they cut to Mike McCarthy and he's just trying to eat as many hot dogs as fast as he can during a
I think he was pissed last week when Dak Prescott had the turkey leg. He's like, well, you can't bring me one?
I can't get turkey leg.
You can't bring old coach a turkey leg?
Like, it looks like one day we're just going to see him on the sideline with like one of those hats with the 2 beer cups, right? But it's just 2 giant Frosties from Wendy's just going.
Dude, he's going to have to get 2 headsets and tape them together because his head is getting too big for one headset.
Oh, man. Mike McCarthy. Oh, well, there we go. What a Ramble radio. As fun as this was. Get well, Cody. Get better, Cody. All of our well wishes to our
we have
our guy. But yeah, we have contractual.
Fuck. Okay. Skeletor. We were just comparing Autobots to professional football players.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Who up there on Eternia, if you want to do some Masters of the Universe, which Master of the Universe is comparable to, say, I don't know, Joe Montana, one of the all-time greats down here?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me. And to be honest, the closest one in Eternia, there's no comparison. Do you understand? Joe Montana, Tom Brady, who's that? Gordy, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan. None of them come close. They don't even sniff at the all-time in Eternia. And that's me, and it's getting my dick sucked. How about that? How about that? And we have a fun game in Eternia. We call it Get Shot Out of a Cannon, Suck Skeletor's Dick. So what happens is someone gets fired out of a cannon, and they're just shot thousands of feet into the air, and whether they're alive or not, we wire their mouths open. So if they survive or don't survive, who knows? But they land right on my dick. That's how it works, and that counts as they've sucked my. It's a wonderful sport. I'm the all-time. Yeah, I've never lost. So take that what you will, and you wonder, Eddie, how can something get so much velocity to make it all the way to Snake Mountain? I mean, right? How can anything get all the way to Snake Mountain with that kind of? Well, we shoot them out of the largest cannon we have in Eternia, and that's He-Man's mother's pussy. We're gonna run at the end of the pussy. We slam down. They go shooting out. You get it? You guys get that?
We got it.
I kind of zigged when you thought I would zag.
No, you zigged. And
we call that the old the switcheroo, a fumble-rooski, as you would call it.
Oh boy, Cinesnob. Cody.
Let's get him on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, please. We have to.
And for all the gamblers out there, it doesn't matter if I come or not. They just have to land on my dick, and it counts.
All right, thank you for that clarification.
Okay. 5 days a week, Patreon.com, The Ralph Report.
Sure, Vegas just went crazy getting that.
I'm sure. Fuck them, absolutely. Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, Ramble Proper. Yeah.
You can find me in the same Ramble locales. You can find Eddie and Cody. I'm also streaming old video games, Kick and Twitch at Retro Rocha. Just my name, Jerry Rocha on YouTube. Come and find us. Love us. All that good shit. Seahawks fan. Brian Hill. Look, man, we're pals no matter what happens, right? The rest of tonight. Pals. All right. Stay safe, everybody. Take care. We love you all. We'll have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.